When you watch that one again, how tough was that one to watch?
Oh, it was awful. It's like knowing you're sick and you got to take some medicine that you know you have to take it. But it was awful. It was tough because you never want to feel like you let the team down, but when you count on guys making plays and they don't, it's frustrating. It's frustrating for everybody. So, but came to work, and we want to stop it, try to get better. So, and that's what we did.
I know that was, with Emory out, that was kind of an opportunity for somebody to step up and really make a statement. Was it especially disappointing that nobody kind of seized that opportunity there?
Yeah, I mean, and really not to, because I hear people say step up for the next guy or whatever. Really, we just want them to play their role. We don't try to make anybody be Emory or, Trevon's down and say you got to beat Trevon. What we want to do is come in and take advantage of what they can do. And, that part of it was disappointing because if they could have been running the routes like Emory, they would have been there a long time ago. Right. So it's really based off what strengths and weaknesses they bring to the game. And so Gus tries to call plays built around those same guys, just like he would if Emory or if Trevon was still healthy. So, that part of it was disappointing. But when I look back at it, I was tough and all that. But especially with D'Angelo, which is the one that everybody really talks about. The week before he made a great catch on third down, and then this time he didn't make the play. And but that's life and that's football. The thing about it is, his attitude didn't change. He worked his tail off. He was disappointed after the game, but he came to work again this week, and that's what I'm most proud of. That he didn't go in the tank. I've been really disappointed if he was, mulling around out there. But he owned up to it. Said he should have made the play, and he did.
How far away are your freshmen CJ and Jalen from being able to step up, take a bigger role?
They've done so many things on special teams that you do get to the point where you can trust them. And I don't know if it was because the guys in front of them, that you don't feel good taking those guys out as much as it was them not being able to do it. But this week they should get more playing time, and it's just for pure numbers. I mean, because of where we are injury-wise, they're going to have to step up and play. And it's a good thing, though. I mean, again, that experience will help them further down the road, too. And so I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to do. And their roles will increase. They definitely will increase.
True, the NCAA came out today and basically exonerated you guys in relation to a couple things. Talk about how that's going to affect things on the recruiting trail for you guys. You've been hearing much negative recruiting?
Really, we put that behind us so long ago that, I don't know what other people are using, but we put that behind us. And we really haven't focused on it at all. I mean, just honestly speaking, we haven't. And so, and I barely hear it mentioned, so it hasn't really been an issue.
Regarding Benton and any other receiver, is it more frustrating when you see him make a play like 3rd and 13, and then the next week you see him drop? I mean, he's capable of it.
Yeah.
And then is it just a focus behind frustration?
It is, and I don't know if it's because remember when he went in, he didn't have to play 86 snaps. It's different when you play 86 snaps as opposed to playing 13. So him being a starter and being put in that position, there's no substitute for experience, and he hadn't been in that. So, but he's learned, and hopefully, just like from the first scrimmage to the second scrimmage, a kid should get better, a team should get better. I'm hoping the next game that he will get better because he actually had to be the starter. He actually had to be counted on, and it wasn't a deal where I only had to do 15 or 20 plays. So, but we talk in our room all the time. One that won't do it is no better than one that can't do it. At the end of the day, we got to have guys that can make plays, and if not, we have to put somebody else in, whether it's a freshman or if we got to move a tailback or a tight end out there, whatever we have to do. And that keeps the inside pressure on yourself, but you hope you have guys like D'Lo that puts enough pressure on himself where you don't have to push him based off, I'm going to take you out if you don't get it done. So, but overall, that's a really good word. It's just frustrating because we let opportunities get away that we normally make those plays. And again, but you look back and you're talking about 2 drops. There was some drops in the game, but from the wide out specifically, the 2 drops. But we take pride in anybody who has an opportunity to catch the ball, that they make sure they make those plays. And throughout that game, it was time after time very disappointing.
Will D'Angelo start again?
Yeah, he'll start if we go into this game. And again, that all depends on the first play that's called because he's different formations. There's a couple of them that he's not in, but if the right formation's called, yeah. We didn't put him on the shelf. Obviously, with Emory not practicing right now, that was different. But he'll be a game day guy, and if he's ready to go, then he'll play.
How nice is it to be able to have a guy like Emory, though, that if he can play on the game day, you don't have to worry about him knowing what to do during the week?
Oh, no question. And again, he puts the time in. He still comes to all the meetings, and he's still out of every walkthrough that we're at. In that practice, he's standing behind the deal. So he's not getting the physical reps, but he is getting the mental reps. So, but because he has that experience of a game and been on a big stage, you do feel more comfortable about a guy like that, as opposed to if it was a freshman, and you say, is he going to get healthy and throw him out there? He would definitely handle it a lot different.
Chip, could you talk about what a big weekend this will be for recruiting?
You know, there'll be quite a few recruits here, I'm sure. You know, anytime these two teams match up on national TV and the atmosphere that we're expecting it to be, it's definitely a recruiting tool because kids get to come and see what the atmosphere is like. And, you know, I've talked to different recruits that have talked about going to other games and how their crowds were. So really looking forward to them getting to see what our Auburn family's about. And for us, it doesn't take long for a kid once he's here, you know, to see what it's like when, you know, they come and experience. I don't know if I've been anywhere that has as many traditions as Auburn has. I mean, and to me, that's what makes a family, the traditions that you have. And so when a kid asks me about War Eagle, he asks me about Toomer's Corner, he asks me about the walk, he asks me about the eagle flying. I mean, that's more traditions than you can shake a stick at, to be honest. And they love it. And it's a good writing in letters when you have nothing else to say to the kid to write about those different deals. So then the parents want to know. So I think when the guys get in and experience all those different deals, not just one, but to see all those things, then it is a big-time recruiting tool because there's no other place like it in the country.
And you said that y'all had put this NCAA stuff behind y'all a while ago. Have you still had to answer any questions from recruits, from other coaches, you know, bad-mouthing y'all and saying things like that?
No, really haven't, because what we focus on is us. Honestly, when I go into a home, I don't give another school time on my clock. When I'm in there, I really want to talk about just us. And so we don't touch on it, and you know, and maybe they've been asked, but they don't feel comfortable asking us about it or whatever because, you know, it just hasn't been an issue. It really hasn't. We really, Coach Jacobs and Coach Chiswick has told us a long time ago to move forward, let those guys handle that deal, and we continue to sell the things that we have, which is Auburn. So haven't really been a problem.